Hi guys, it's Ryan Webb at Ryan Webb Construction Limited. This is project number 5. We're doing a loft conversion. We're only involved in the structural side of this project. As you can see, we're in a demolition stage. we've taken the tiles off, we're taking the battens off, and we're gonna very shortly start dismantling the structure of the roof. We'll be putting in the stills. There's a ridge beam and there's a beam taking the load of the flooring, the flooring joists. So we'll be reinstating all those to make sure it meets the structural engineer's calculations, and then we'll be starting to build the roof. There'll be a big dormer on the back, which is going to be spanning the whole width of the roof. It'll be a flat roof with a cold deck insulation system, which basically is probably irrelevant to most of you guys, but what it does is allow airflow over the top and coming out of the ridge. We'll be overseeing the structural side of this project, but I look forward to showing you guys the finished product. Hi, this is Ryan Webb at Ryan Webb Construction Limited. This is project number 5, the loft conversion. The previous video, I was telling you guys about how we're going to be taking out the existing roof, and we're involved in the structural side of this project. We're 5 days in, we're halfway through the structural part of the job. As you can see, we've got the stills in over here. Obviously, you know, logistically, it's hard to get the stills up, so we've had the steel calculated to be spliced, and had the splice done by the fabricator of the steel. We've been doing all the joist work and the structural side, so we're ready to start cracking on with the rest of the rafters and building the dormer. As you can see, we've had to do some complicated trimming work around here, which has to be very precise because this is where the staircase is coming up. It's a double kite winder, so you've got to be very, very accurate and square with your trimming. Otherwise, you can cause yourself a hell of a lot of problems going forward and trying to get the stairs in. We're actually doing a staircase, so you'll be able to see that in future videos, or on Facebook or on my website maybe. But as you can see, the floor's not down. We've had to hold fire putting this down generally, well, because the electrician's got to come and do a lot of rewiring. We've got to have some plumbing work done for the rads. So bearing all that in mind, we're really thinking ahead and really trying to make sure it runs as smoothly as possible. As you can see behind me, how the steel's loaded is a very intricate style of doing this. We've got a 4x4 post, which is taking the load of the steel, and we've got some collars in, which is taking the floating ridge beam. It's quite an unusual way of doing it, because usually you put the steel in at the ridge beam directly in the centre of the roof, but because we've got a load bearing wall running off centre to the middle of the building, it creates a complication. So what we've done is we've moved the steel off centre, and we're reloading everything and redistributing the load through that steel in a different method. It's all been passed by building control. We had the officer up here today, and they've passed everything, so everything's running smoothly at the minute. And if you come back to the next video, stay tuned, you'll see the finished product of the structural work. Hi guys, it's Ryan Webb at Ryan Webb Construction Limited. We're back at project number 5, that loft conversion. As you can see, the framework's all done. We've got the joisting in now. The dormer has been formed, so it really opens up this room. As you can see, it's a lot bigger than it looks, but it's obviously the best you're going to get with a situation you've got in a loft. Sometimes you get a bit more room. In this one, we've lost a room with the staircase, so we've tried to, instead of losing the room, we've divided this into 2. As you can see, the stud work partitioning is all in. It's ready for the door linings and stuff to go in next. It still needs insulating. It's going to be insulated with 100mm Celotex in the walls all round. Then the equivalent of 150mm, whether it be 120mm in between the joisting and 25 over the top, or 100mm in between and 50mm over the top. It's all to do with trying to meet those U values to get it through the building process. The building inspector does usually at that stage double check and make sure we're following everything to code. Myself, I double check and make sure I do it myself as well. As you can see with the floorings down, with just an 18mm tongue and groove chipboard, which is a moisture resistant board. It's all been insulated in the floors, and it's ready for the roof to start going on. On the top here, we've got a torch on felt membrane, which will be sitting as be on the flat roof. We was originally going to have a dry ridge system, but that would mean it would have failed up the top where we've tried to maximise our ceiling height. So what we've done is we've transferred the airflow through a fascia vent, and we brought it out through some vented tiles. There's always ways we could do things to try and tweak things to make it work. So long as it meets code and it's going to work and it's going to look nice, I think those working around those principles, you will find yourself with a better job overall. We're back to do the staircase in a few weeks' time, but I hope you stay tuned for project number 6, which is going to be a single-story wraparound extension.